وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us خبيثات للخبيثين وخبيثون للخبيثات والطيبات للطيبين والطيبون للطيبات. These are ayat from Surah. This is an ayat from Surah Nur. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us that the bad people are for bad people and the bad statements are for bad people, and good people for good people and good statements for good people. With this, this comes in the context of those people who are accusing Aisha of having an affair, na'udhu billah, behind the back of the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The story of the ifq. And this comes in Surah Nur, and from the beginning of Surah Nur, actually, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us that you need to verify information, and people will come and they will give information which is not true, and don't have any evidence and no witnesses. فَاجْلِدُوهُمْ ثَمَانِينَ جَلْدًا, and then the punishment for slander, 80 lashes, etc. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives a whole context as to what that is. Now, does that mean if a person has been bad in the past that they will not have a good spouse after they've repented? The ayah is clear. Bad people gravitate towards bad people. Good people gravitate towards good people. But if you have repented, then this doesn't apply anymore. You're not khabith anymore. You're not following something which is khabith. You're not khabith statements anymore. So it's important for brothers to understand and sisters to understand, especially for sisters if they've, akramakumullah, that you have lost your virginity or something that's happened in the past. As long as you have made tawbah, the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the person who repents as if he has no sins. At-tawbah tajubbu ma qablaha. Tawbah completely eradicates everything that came from before it. So take a promise from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that if you have repented, He will accept your repentance, and He will make you of the people that are good, and you will be with those people that are good in the dunya and the akhirah, inshallah. But the question also that is being asked here is that if she has done something in the past which is bad, or if he has done something in the past which is bad, do you then need to then explain what you have done to the suitor? The answer to this question has been answered by the ulama ibn Taymiyyah and others, and they basically said if something is going to affect their marriage life, then this needs to be then conveyed. If it is not going to affect their married life, then it doesn't necessarily need to be conveyed, and you can even then say, listen, I don't want to talk about it, there's no khair, there's no benefit. And if the spouse or the fiancé or the suitor agrees, then alhamdulillah. If he doesn't agree, then alhamdulillah, you can move on. But the point here is that you don't need to expose yourself if you have made tawbah, unless if there is a need for you to then talk about it because of the fact that it's going to affect the marriage. If it's not going to affect the marriage, then you don't need to. Therefore, if a woman has lost her virginity and the husband is asking and he wants somebody who's a virgin because of the fact that this is going to help him in his connection with the wife, etc., then we will say to her, then explain the situation to him. But if he's just asking just general talk, then she can say, listen, I don't need to answer that question if you feel that there is not going to be any khair in it. This is example of virginity, but it could be example of anything else. Anything which is going to affect the marriage. This could be connected to sickness, it could be connected to health, it could be connected to wealth, it could be connected to family ties, it could be connected to anything. If it's going to affect the marriage, then they need to have a discussion on it. Everything needs to be conveyed from the beginning. If it isn't, if it's irrelevant, because sometimes these things can be irrelevant, then it doesn't need to be discussed. And that's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that He makes us of the best people and He gives us the best statements, and that He allows us to be with those people who are the best. Allahu a'lam. Assalamu alaikum.